Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Crypto Ginger here. Just wanted to quickly discuss with you guys several articles that I thought were very important here. I won't go into a lot of detail about the articles because we have already seen this circulating for quite some time. My goal here is to just tie up all this information for you and hopefully create some perspective as to what we're seeing happening right now and what we could potentially see happen in the very, very near future for cryptocurrencies. So it's not always about Ripple and XRP, but this will actually have a shift in the entire ecosystem here. Now, this article is talking about Eris X. Again, this is information that's been circulating for the last week or so. Eris X will be a new exchange dealing with physically delivered Bitcoin futures, Bitcoin Cash futures, Litecoin futures, and Ethereum futures, very much like how Bakkt, that exchange is going to be dealing with just as well. And the European Union has their particular exchanges coming out to deal with physically delivered futures also. So we have already the talks of three primary major companies that are going to be in existence within the next month to several months. And of course, once that happens, we're going to start seeing people from Wall Street, from venture capitalists, of course, institutional investors. They're going to have an opportunity to get into these particular futures, into cryptocurrencies, just because of these particular exchanges here. So we have to keep that in mind. Now, of course, Eris X won't be launched until the Q2 of 2019. But again, we do know that Bakkt is coming out in November, and the European Union's exchange is coming out in November just as well. So this will at least give those who are backing up Eris X some time to see how Bakkt performs and their competitors just as well, because this is something that's going to change the dynamics of cryptocurrencies in general, I imagine. Not that I'm the biggest fan of any type of futures for cryptocurrencies, because I feel like that's the best way to manipulate shorting the cryptocurrency market. But nonetheless, it will be good for flooding in capital to the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem. So those of us who are in there very early on, before all that large money comes in, we're the ones who are going to be able to benefit just as well. Now, outside of that particular news, you have news such as this right here, where Bank of America plans to open a Ripple XRP Stellar competitor for cross-bank operations. The interesting thing about this, guys, is that Bank of America plans to launch this particular Ripple-like service, but it's actually an app, and this app allows people to transfer money from banks such as Merrill Lynch, Merrill Edge, and U.S. Trust. And it's also focusing primarily on a particular target audience, who are people who have, millions of dollars worth of assets, again, looking to transfer their funds back and forth between those particular banks. Now, the interesting thing here, again, what I was mentioning, is that this is simply based off of an app. This is a new app that's going to be launched by Bank of America. When you compare that to the likes of Ripple and what Ripple's trying to do, Ripple is actually focused on cross-border payments with protocols such as XRapid. They're already having a use case for XCurrent right now, which is something that multiple entities out globally are using. But XRapid will be a way for these particular banks and entities to transfer value and settle payments back and forth cross-border from bank to bank globally. I'm not exactly sure how far of a reach Bank of America has when it comes to their cross-bank operations, but when you have to use an app to do this, it does separate itself from what Ripple's trying to do with XRapid. XRapid can be almost considered like a software protocol that's actually the operating system built into a computer, for example. You don't have to physically touch that to make it work and transfer funds. It is the operating system itself, and like it's been previously stated, XRapid will also use XRP coin to help transfer those funds back and forth for these particular banks significantly faster than any of your top performing cryptocurrencies out there right now. And it also has the lowest transaction fees as well, so that's why it's so appealing to banks all over the world. So again, comparing an app to what is more or less considered a software operating system, it's two different types of things. I feel like it's comparing apples to oranges right off the bat. Again, I get what Bank of America is trying to get here, their cross-bank operations, but I feel like that's on a different plateau or playing field there versus what Ripple's been doing with their XRP protocol. And think about it this way too. It's been previously mentioned, I've talked about it myself, that if they happen to merge XRP, XCurrent, and XVIA into one package, regardless of what you want to call it, I would imagine that mixed with, again, their announcement adding Cobalt, that new protocol to make it even faster, you're gonna have very minimal amount of competition with that kind of software operating system there. So again, imagine XRP, all of that just simply being a software operating system rather than simply an app. You don't have to touch it to make it work. It's just part of the operating system. So why I bring that up and why I'm trying to specifically make those differences there for you guys is because of this article right here. This article talks about a gentleman named Philip Nunn, who is the CEO of Wealth Chain Capital. And apparently he has not been a supporter of Ripple or even the XRP coin. However, he has stated on a Twitter feed that he is absolutely putting aside his indifferences because of how important Ripple has actually become in the crypto ecosystem. He says right here, "I've never been a supporter of Ripple XRP, but boy, they are making some serious moves. And the fact I have issues with their offering are being put aside for now as they become so important in flying the crypto blockchain flag. They will become the Microsoft of crypto." So let's go back really quickly to what I was talking about before with XRP, the way we should be thinking about that as being, again, some sort of software operating system. Well, just like Microsoft, that is a software operating system built inside of, for example, computer systems, different types of software. It's just a particular protocol built inside of that. You don't have to physically touch that to have it work. It just works. It's not an app. It doesn't need to be an app. It is just simply the operating system. If that is the case, and if that's how we can view the potential of XRP, guys, then it is absolutely certain that we could see Ripple becoming the Microsoft of crypto. Ripple is, again, they're leagues ahead of the game. They've been doing this for the last couple of years. They've been preparing for this for the last couple of years. This is something that they've been focusing on, working on. So it would make sense as to why they could potentially be the Microsoft of crypto. Again, very, very bold words, very, very bold statement there. Another thing here, guys, that I wanted to quickly talk about regarding some of the articles here is this right here. Of course, we're hearing more about JP Morgan getting involved into cryptocurrencies as well. And in this particular article, it talks about the fact that they're creating a payment system, which is a real-time payment system that actually has quote-unquote Ripple benefits. And that would be what is more or less the connection there between Ripple on this article and JP Morgan. And the reason why I say that is because the article further states that, JP Morgan has already been working on their own blockchain. They have one implemented, I believe it's called Comm. But nonetheless, what they're stating here as far as their payment system that will have Ripple benefits, my guess with this is that this payment system is possibly going to allow for other types of currencies to have a trading pair to XRP. It would make sense simply because it is one of the fastest top performing coins out there. Again, the lowest transaction fees out there in the top performing coins. So it would be the best coin to actually have, is again for some sort of pairing for multiple types of currencies out there. So we'll have to watch out for that, see what they're going to do with this here, again stating that it has Ripple benefits. Only kind of lets all of us know here that any of us that are XRP holders could potentially benefit from this for sure. Let's just wait it out and see what happens. Something else here, guys, I wanted to quickly talk about. This is about Crypto.com. Now, I've mentioned them in the past here, and of course, this is an article that I use as far as talking about them and why they had some involvement with XRP. It's because they added XRP to their Crypto.com wallet and card app. Now, my guess, again, for this right here, the purpose of that is just simply because XRP being, one of the fastest transfer types of coins out there, and of course, the lowest transaction fee-based coin, it would make sense as to why you would have that on in your wallet or on your app. But going back to this particular article, here it talks about Crypto.com will ship over 100,000 crypto Visa cards in Asia in 2 months. Now, Why I think that's important to talk about, guys, is simply because now we're starting to see the implementation of using cryptocurrencies as a way to pay for things. We've already heard about that. That's something that's been a huge talk. Everybody's saying, well, we need to stop using cryptocurrencies as a means of value and actually use it as a means of currency, a means of, paying for things. And here we have it. We have Crypto.com allowing customers to use a Visa debit card to transact their cryptocurrency into whatever fiat currency they want with this debit card. And the fact that they have XRP added to their wallet and their card app is absolutely crazy, because that right there is going to help push the price point of XRP for sure. That just has already created an importance for XRP, but also as well, we know that XRP is a fast coin. We know that it absolutely has the potential of transferring with low fees as well. And with that being said, it's also something we know that in the Asian market, especially in Japan, we have entities such as the SBI Bank who have not only purchased shares of Ripple, but they have a good chunk of XRP coins. So why do they have all these coins if they don't need them, if they don't have any use for them? Well, it's because of these things right here. This is more or less the start of what we're seeing for the future of cryptocurrency, guys. I can't emphasize this enough. These are some of the most important days that we're dealing with right now when it comes to cryptocurrencies. We got to maintain doing our own research and our due diligence when it comes to this, but we also don't want to miss the boat when it comes to what could potentially happen with cryptocurrencies. If we see another bull rally that took place like in December 2017 going into January of 2018, I'm not too sure if we're going to see that bull rally end with the amount of money and capital that could be dumped into cryptocurrencies entirely. Again, this is not always about Ripple and XRP, though I know I've been favoring that particular coin and that company a lot lately. I will say this, all of your top performing coins will be benefiting from this for sure. But primarily companies like Ripple and their protocols for, the XRapid and the use case of XRP, that'll put them on such a high pedestal by comparison to everything else, just simply because they're so far ahead of the game. And again, if they are already potentially being considered the Microsoft of crypto, the sky's the limit for Ripple, guys. Absolutely. And if the sky's the limit for Ripple, the price of XRP could be potentially exponential. I hope that this helps you guys. I hope that this at least created some perspective for you guys. And like I've said in the past, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice. But guys, we do not want to miss the boat when it comes to this. We don't want to miss our opportunity to make something from this. I really do hope you like what you see here, guys, and I hope you have a wonderful night. And hey, if you enjoyed what you saw, please hit that like button. And also, if you want to get it spread out to as many people as we possibly can, share this out with everybody. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. This channel has been growing so fast and I couldn't have done it without you guys. One last thing, if you want real, up-to-date news on any of your favorite cryptocurrencies, please download that free Berm app in the description below for either Android or iPhone. Once you're here, you can check out any article that is listed for any type of cryptocurrency, and Berm will also reward you for liking or disliking any of the articles there with what they call Berm coins. They will eventually add up and will be allowed to be traded against other cryptocurrencies once their ICO is over. If you would like to have an additional 150 free Berm coins, simply click on the little me icon at the bottom, click on invite friends, and where it says redeem tokens, type in this code, hit redeem tokens, and you are rewarded with 150 Berm coin. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.